Okay, so today I will do something a little special, and it's going to be a motorcycle tank. So I'm going to create a motorcycle tank, but without using any images for the reference or any stuff like that. We're just going to use our mind to just imagine a good tank for a racing motorcycle. We can do a lot of edits on it. Just stay with me. First, we're going to just select the right plane, go to bar surfacing menu, create a planar surface. So this is the first thing I'm going to do to create the motorcycle tank. Now I'm going to keep the settings right here. It's 100 and 100 meters, and click OK. Okay, now I'm just going to create some movements like that, and just make it to be snapped to just down a little. I'm gonna selecting this edge and just repeating like 2 or 3 times. As you see here, I'm gonna just selecting this loop here. You can just select it automatically by right click and switch to edge loop selection, and you can just select it right away. Use the constrained move to just move it. As you see, I just moving circular move, and it's just moving like it's having a magnetic moving or snapping. So just going to make it up a little like that. Okay, remove the constrained move, check, and I'm going to use the same edge loop selection, but in this time, as you see, it's selecting the whole loop. I just want to select the top edges, so I'm just going to select this button here, stop at corners. Now you can easily select only this loop. Now from this view like this, I'm going to just let's create a little loop in here by holding the A key and stop at any line, and it's gonna create a line like this, and click, and you just got the line here. So I'm just selecting this loop, moving to this way like that, and a little to the back. Now again, hold the A key and move, and you good like this. Okay, now from this point, I'm gonna just use the mirror to make a symmetry to the shape. You're gonna just widen it a little, so just select this like that, and you can make it wide. Okay, now from here, selecting these points and just move it to inside. In case of this, it's going to be some vibes for the handling here. Give it this shape for it. Let's just make it a little move like this from here, and okay, it seems to be good, right? Good like that. And let's creating some moves here also. You can hold A key, press and hold to inwards. Let's using the scale on the gizmo to give you this nice shape from the back. So I'm just going to move this from here, and gonna create edge loop here, pressing the A key, and just select a one like this. Now it's going to put the line here. I'm gonna just select this faces here, as you see. Now I'm just gonna do a scaling in here like that. Let's get it insidely a little bit like this. Move it backward a little, and okay, I'm good. We get here. Let's make this a little bit up. Get the right plane, move this point up, and this one too, this one also. Okay, now I'm gonna just using the edge loop selection again, selecting this whole edge loop and crease it like 45 and press any of these arrows to apply. The same thing here, 44, and just click on these buttons to apply. Now if I just convert to the sub-D mesh, you're gonna see it give it me like crease it nice shape like that. From here I'm just gonna select this edge loop again, hold the A key, press to side like that. Okay, we can just use this button to make it flatten a little from here. Okay, now get the top view using the whole shape by pressing on switch to select element here and press on it. We can stretch it a little to give it nice taller shape. Okay, like this. So from here also I can just easily selecting these faces here like that, move it a little to outside. Let's just move it a little here, give it this shape, and you can easily back the vibes place. Of course, if you just have any vibes on the SolidWorks drawer before, you can just easily control how it's going to be look like or how it's going to be fit in it. Okay, and now I'm gonna select this lines here just in case to create some good details for the motorcycle tank. Now I'm gonna draw some edges here. Just click on the insert edges like that and press on this point and just keep drawing on these edges here and here until you just will have like shape, any shape you want it. So let's just move it until we get to the end like this. Now get the top view. I'm gonna just select this whole lines, right click and use the flatten, so it's gonna flatten it to you like that. Let's just unselect this. I'm gonna just unselect this one here, so it's just gonna flatten it. Just this 4 lines. It's gonna give you just flatten. So now it's seemed to be nice. So I'm just going to selecting this also with them and using the creasing again from this side, type 55 and use the arrow key. Of course it's not like exact numbers, you can do whatever you want on whatever you see, if it's good or not to your eyes, or if you have a specific fillets, you can just make it a hard edge like that. You can use the hard edge too. Now it's just so hard, and then you can easily, when you convert it, go back to the SolidWorks. As you see here, I just changing the color to show it, as you see, like this. Now if I just have a specific fillet, I can use the fillet tool from the SolidWorks normal surfacing tools or the future tools, and selecting the edge that I want to make a fillet on it. Let's use a 2mm fillet for example. As you see, if you just want it very hard and not getting any of hard and edge, as you see, it's just gonna fit it and just fillet it like that. But in this case I'm just going to select the normal creasing of the software. I'm gonna use it 55 as I said before, and as you see here. Now I'm gonna selecting this lines, and also gonna just use the 33 creasing, so it's not gonna be very hard in here. Select this 3 lines only. So if I just selected the whole lines and down with them, as you see, it's just going to create a nice shape. It just getting inside each other. So I'm just selecting this 3 only and down with them, as you see. We just keep it like this. If you want to change it anytime, you can change it. Now I can just down with this a little, give the front plan, use hard edge for these points, and move it inside. Let's just widen this a little, and this also. Okay, this seems to be nice. Now I'm just going to using this lines. Let's use it until here and see what we will got. So use 33 creasing here also, as you see in here. It's using the HDRI. You see it. Okay. Now I just figured out I want to crease this radius a little bit. So I'm gonna just use this radius. I mean these 3 lines here that holding this big radius here. We have 2 ways. The first one is creasing by, let's just type 33 and it's going to be creased, or you can use the other method and it's just selecting the 3 lines that down with it, the one it's here, and you just move it up like this. You're gonna have the same results, but I prefer to crease. Okay, so I'm gonna use a creasing 33 again and hold it like this. Okay, now I'm gonna just insert in the edges again and make like a curvature look here, like that. I'm gonna just crease this line that is selected. Let's make it 45, like that, using the sub D mesh to see the results. And just select this line only, get back inside a little. Okay, now let's see what we can do here. Actually, I think I can just remove this one here. Okay, or let's remove that one. We have to remove some line here. Okay, so it's gonna give you smoother results. So if you just look at here, let's just increase the levels, you're gonna see it's just not so smooth at this point here. Okay, so I'm gonna just recreating the lines look. So I guess we can just make the same results. Let's just remove this one and draw it like that. Same one here, like this, and just continue until any good point. And I'm gonna just do a little up here. Okay, seems to be nice like this. It's just using some modifying, and seems to be great. Okay, I'm gonna select these 3 lines, flatten them. It's just decreasing this whole curvature. It's too much, like this. Moving these points up a little. Okay, now for this one in the middle, for the piping and the handling stuff here, I'm just selecting the edge loop selection. Select, as you see, it's selecting the whole edge loop. I don't want to do this. I just want to select only this one. Sometimes you can just select stop at corners, as I told you before, and I'm going to hold the A key and hold this one type and snap to downward. Let's make it creasing a little, 33, and moving to inward and inside, like this. Okay, now as you see here, I can use this line and make it like 15 or something, and for this corner we can just a little bit, making a little creasing here, like 15 also, so it's going to create it like that. Let's get the top view. As you see here, we can just smoothing this one. We just want to crease it until here only, as like this. Let's see. Okay, we have nice smooth shape. Let's creating some small radius here also again. 22, creasing, and hold A key, snap a little to inside, like this. Okay, now in order to get the same radius, you're gonna just stop at any creased edge, and you're gonna see it's 15 here if you just forgot. Now let's make this also 15 like them. Type 14, press the up arrow here, and it's going to be exactly like the other one. Okay, you can also anytime making any edit if you want. So I'm gonna just select this whole edge, add it down. Let's try to flatten them like that. Get the right plan. Okay, they just flattened. Use this arrow and snap to the ground a little, and hold and snap down a little bit, like this. Okay, now we're gonna just using a tiny line at the bottom here by holding the A key, as I told you. Just create a small line here. So I'm gonna just select this line that I just created. Let's make it until the back manually, like this. Okay, for this one here, we just don't want to get it messy, so we're just going to tell him to move this point at this point. So how are we gonna do it? You just select this point here and control and this point, second one, so this point's gonna go to this one. Okay, just down this a little and up this here, like that. Okay, now select this all lines, control and this one also, so you have the whole loop now, and just creasing a little. Let's make it 45 also. You can use this scroll to creasing also. So I'm just going to upward a little like this, move it at outside. Okay, now get this one also to create a perfect and right look. It's not going to be inside like this, so you just move it outside manually here. Use this corner here, corner point, and make it hard edge. Okay, now just move this a little. For this one, just move it inside a little. Okay, everything seems to be nice now. You can use a constrained move to select any point and move them just to create the perfect right straighting. To not, you don't have to keep it like this and just leave it something like this. It's gonna give you the same results, and you just look in here and say, wow, it's smooth and good, but this is not right. So you have to keep your lines in a good look, to be just not feeling messy like that. So you just have to make your lines like this, move them to be having this nice look. This one also. Okay. Let's check the constrained move. Move this to inwards little. This one also. Okay. We can use this loop here and creating some creasing also here. Let's make it 35. Let's just creasing until we have nice shape. I just crease it, but I don't want to move it whole like that. I'm just gonna selecting from here, okay, in case to not changing the look. And get the control mesh again, just move this here like that. Okay. Now the second part here is we just want to close the whole tank, not make anything opened from the down. So what we're gonna do here is trying to figure out how we're going to close it. So we can try to close it. You have multiple methods. You can just select the whole loops, but first make sure everything's from the down is going to be in right. Okay, now you can select the whole edge from the down. Let's just keep this one. I'm just gonna keep this one on the middle. Actually, I think we have to widen it a little. Like this. Okay. Now back to closing. You can select here, here, and using this scale tool and move it to inside. Okay. So from here you can select manually movements like this You can just merging some points together. Let's move them like this. Let's move this one, merging also. As I told before, the merging two points together, select the first point and second point. The first one you selected, the second point is gonna go to it. So I just want this purple point to go to the blue one. I'm gonna selecting this blue point and then the second one, the purple point, right click and merge, and this one gonna go to this one. Okay, if you just doing the verse, it's gonna go this one to this one. Okay, so this is gonna be very helpful for you in the future when you're just creating some bodies and you're gonna realize it's not doing snaps as you want it. So you're just gonna figure out the first one you selected, the second one goes to it. Okay, just let's move this to here like that, and from here you can just extrude it and use this arrow and click on mirror, so it's gonna go to inside like this. Okay, now we just have small small hole here to create. Let's select this whole loop and just down it a little, so the thing's not really flattering from the downside, it's just having this shape like this. We can insert edges, just not to keep it this big face without lines. It's gonna be unnice when you just look at it. So I just created lines manually like that. Okay, you can do the same here. To here. Now this is gonna give you the right surface reflection. Okay, hold the AK and snap again like this. If you just right click and use the merge, it's gonna merge the whole points together, and this is fully wrong. You're gonna have the same result, so it's just close it, but not close it right. Okay, so we're going to do this stuff manually. Let's just up with this surface a little. Like that. And then I can close it manually by selecting this loop, okay, and extrude to every single point at the other side. So this one we're going to be to this one, extrude again and again and again until you just have this shape. Now merging the lines, as you see, first point and second point, first point and the second point, to close them. Okay, close it together. Let's move it to here, close this one together. Now I don't have any points to keep merging, so I'm gonna just insert lines manually to create the other merges. Okay, just back a little, insert edges, get this corner, and we have one. Let's just in here, let's selecting like this, the first one, second one. Actually we can just merging these three lines together, I mean 3 points, and merge this one like this. We just have merged the one. Let's do this, and we just have a point here, so we still want for this to do the first one here and the second point, and just merge. We have here just 1 point still left. Just create any line and just can merge it easily. Now I can just delete this line and just merging these points together. Using this whole faces, and flatten. Okay, like this. Now don't keep any points creased, just make it blue. Okay, you can just remove this and redraw like this. Okay, let's now see the results. As you see, now it's fully closed from the down, as you see in here. And we just gonna close it from here. This is going to be easier. Select this whole loop and using the sculpt, holding the A key, snap to downward like this, holding the A key again, snap to downward, and use the same thing that we did. Hitting this two edges, hold the A key and up, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we have this shape here. We want to merge it to be for this, to taking this curvature inside. Select this point first, and this one, right click, merge. Do the same for the other. This one with this one, this one with this one. Okay, now you're having this shape here. Let's use this one and just down a little. Let's see from the back view. I can use this whole faces using the soft selection, increase it with scrolling a little, and I can just move it to inside just a little bit again, as you see. and using some rotation like that. Okay, it seems nice now. You can do whatever you want. Let's just using a little crease here, 22 or something. You can also crease this one, make it 55, select all except the first and the last, move to downward, and move it a little. Okay, I think it's nice like that. Let's move these lines. Okay, we have this nice shape now. I can easily creasing these lines. Let's make it 44, and just using the arrow to activate, as I said before. Now I can using some more details. Let's just move this a little bit like that, and just using some movements, and I'm gonna select some edges by inserting them manually here, and use this one and down a little bit. You can crease them a little. Okay, let's see, what if we just move it inside a little. Okay, let's just I'm gonna get this whole loop and crease it. Let's make it 55. Down a little. Now let's make some movements to fix any surface errors. Okay, let's just move this here. Now we have here a good shape. As you see here, you see it's just going inside each other, so I can easily holding this one and just make it a little bit away from the surface like that. this. Okay, and now it seems to be nice, having more details. Let's fix this board here, down a little and down this one a little bit. Just move this little here. Let's use the problem here to fix it. Just crease this a little like that. Okay, as you see here. Let's crease this a little bit. Okay, we just something left here, and it's to let's create a cylinder, but just it's gonna create two cylinders in the first place because we're just using Symmetry. So before we creating the cylinders, let's just relate them. Insert this edge again. Using unified mirror, now it's just one piece. Okay, and now you can create the cylinder. Hit OK, get the top view and move the cylinder and the center here. Just make it bigger. Okay, this seems to be nice. Let's just stretch it by this arrow and control it easily. Now I'm gonna just rotate it a little like that and just down until it's merged with the tank body. Let's just stretch it up a little, and you can easily using the switch to edge loop selection, select this loop and just crease it. Let's make it 22 creasing. Okay, now I'm gonna select all of these faces and just I'm gonna make them bigger and hold A key and down, just crease a little and hold A key down again, down to inwards. So I think it's nice now. You can hold and create this small, it's just using this all faces again, make it smaller and using this edge crease it 33. Now in case this is for the keys, it's down a little. Okay, I think it's a little big. Just make it smaller and up a little. Okay, it's nice now. We can easily convert now, but first I'm just gonna using this faces here because they aren't nice, just flatten them. Just rotate, go inside a little, Okay, it's nice now. The important thing here is just to controlling the points and movements of the points. I can't move any points because there aren't symmetry now. There is no symmetry now, so I have to what I will make here, I have to make it in the other way. So I'm gonna just insert edge in here and at the other way, just merging this. Okay, now I'm just gonna convert it easily. So it's converted now. Let's use any core paint. This one, for example, as you see here. Now, if we just select here, you have a whole full solid body. Now it's full solid. You can do anything with the SolidWorks tools. At the future, you can cut, extrude, you can use any of the tools, just exactly like I just modeled on the regular SolidWorks tools. This is something amazing. Okay. Now there are something left, and we're going to fill it. Let's removing this old float here. Now I'm going to combine this two bodies together. Insert Futures, combine, and combine this two pieces. Combining these two pieces together, click OK. Now I have one solid body, as you see here. Let's create some small radius in here. Select this edge here. Let's make it like 10 and see. Okay. Okay, this seems nice. Now, as you see, everything seems to be nice and smooth. I can just from the tools, from the options, I can increasing the performance quality, and this exactly will make it nicer and smoother. Hit OK. You have to know this depends on your PC. System recommends, as you see now. Look at this. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed and learned some things on the board surfacing tools. You can anytime. That's using the plastic because it's going to be I love the reflection of it. Okay, I can use different appearance for this. Just selecting this one and right click. Let's make this face like Chrominium. Okay. Using the shadows, perspective, let's control the perspective, observer, and let's make it 1. Now this is gonna make it like exactly if you just if you just like open it in the key shot, it's gonna give you a more perspective as you see it. Okay, so the tutorial is end for here. Wait for next amazing tutorials on how to creating some amazing shapes, half of them with your imagination. Actually, I prefer using the software, making stuff and cool stuff with your imagination, and you can use dimension also, just not random shapes, and you can easily create some perfect shapes, smooth, and having good dimensions, an exact dimension if you're working with dimensions. So I hope you enjoyed, guys. See you later.